Good evening, all, and welcome to the United Hours EPL wrap up and preview show. I am Dr. Zeus, here to diagnose all these delusions some of these fans have. I'm joined here today by Mr. Arsenal himself, the gunner, Tristan. Tristan, thanks for joining me here this evening.
Always a pleasure being here, man. Always a pleasure.
Nice, man. Nice to have you once again. So this evening we just do a little review of the Manchester United Spurs game, touch a little bit on the Fulham Villa game, Leicester and Leeds, have a little digging up there, and we have two other closers, and then we have the preview of tomorrow's hopefully spectacular victory for the team in blue. So
Spectacular. See, I won blue, right? I won blue yesterday. I won blue.
We don't need your support. We good. The sixth for you. Don't wild yourself up. Don't wild up. So we'll get straight into it. And let me do dilly dally. The Manchester United Spurs game. What's your take on that? What's your take on that game? What you see emerging from that game for United?
I said last week when I was on, I told him, I said, "Well, look, I'm beat Spurs." He was like, he was being modest. He was like, Tottenham were doing good. So I was like, when it happened, I was like, that's expected.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at Spurs play one type of football, counter-attacking football. You use the speed of Hurricane, and you use the speed of Son or Richarlison or Koloreski, but both Richarlison and Koloreski they're injured. So you went with three defensive midfielders, and that's problems. That is problems on a whole. You understand? United hit them very good. Rashford, I find Rashford to score a hat-trick in that game. The railway chances. Rashford was doing Rashford stuff. You understand? He wasn't clinical like he was clinical against Arsenal, unfortunately. But so far, so good. Cristiano Ronaldo tried to steal the show, and right now the media are using him to steal the show. So that kind of overshadowed the win, right? And now United is in a Arsenal situation. You have a big star, Cristiano Ronaldo, aka the GOAT. You don't want to play for you right now because of the coach think is insult.
So you think
away from the team?
So you think that we'll get to that Ronaldo situation just now. So you think that how Conte set up, he was expecting Ten Hag to play the kind of football and allow him to have all the ball that he wanted. But when you watch the game, you would see that Conte and Spurs had no outlet besides high ball over the top, and United just gets back the ball back in. So what you think, does that show that Ten Hag's system is finally getting a little momentum, or is just that Conte got it wrong this time?
I will say Conte get it wrong, because putting Besuma inside there with the two defensive midfielders, that's a no-no. Trying to pry on the counter-attacker Son, who is predictable, and he's 30 years old, mind you, almost 31. So he ain't catching up with him. And then you have Harry diving Kane, who can get an opportunity in the box to dive. If you use up your resources, whereas in the midfield, you only have defensive midfielders to win by the ball, and there are nobody creative who creative enough to put that ball up for you. How you can expose United? From the time I see the starting 11 for Spurs, say United licking the chips.
So Conte got it wrong. So it's not a matter of Ten Hag finally getting things to move forward going.
Well, Ten Hag have maintained his system, and he has maintained trust in the players that he chooses, and I give him kudos for such. He going down with the team he chooses. You understand? And I give him kudos for such. Many United coaches before, after Sir Alex Ferguson, they get into the pressure, are losing, and they all go back to the same thing. Mix sauce in the midfield.
So what do you think now that they have another big test coming up tomorrow, 12:30, as Chelsea? They visit Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. So let's say the results are not what they wanted. They get the L. They lost. They lost. They came. They come out with nothing. Do you think that Ten Hag is going to switch up the team, or you just going to? Because Ronaldo is not in the team for tomorrow, so what do you think is going to happen? Is going to be an overhaul, or it's just a bump in the road towards the further goal, which is top 4?
The problem is with that, and I've been telling United fans this. I'm not bashing all or anything. I agree with what Ten Hag did. But what I don't agree with is the game before that, when they won. You see, it would be an insult to bring a man such as Ronaldo when the side losing 6-1.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't merit the same when the side winning 2-0.
Well,
Tell him for 5 minutes.
according to
I,
Ten
I
Hag,
will ask you that question, Jesus.
well, according to Ten Hag, he asked Ronaldo to come on as a late substitute, and Ronaldo refused to come on as a late substitute in the game. And well, he consequently walked down the tunnel. No, I don't think my opinion on that is it's just being blown out of proportion. It happened, it moved on. Anything Ronaldo does is amplified. So whether if he came on, it would have been he getting dog minutes. He lack of a
Right.
better term. He didn't come on, would have been it doesn't matter. It's just being blown out of proportion. The the attention should remain on what the United has done under Ten Hag thus far. It should remain on that. As I said, Rashford was good. Fernandez, Fred, the forever workhorse. And I think, as I said, the selection he got today, during the week, sorry, was
What's
almost
wrong?
perfect. It was no, sorry, not Conte, Ten Hag, sorry.
It
Was
was
all
perfect. Yeah.
it was almost perfect. Just maybe some minor tweaks and just maybe a way to get the goat involved and could be the best thing, the perfect the perfect situation. So so I think so you're looking at it right now as Ten Hag is he gets it. He get the formation going forward, he gets it right.
But I will say to more, please God, one thing that Chelsea offers that Tottenham wouldn't offer. You see that presence in the box?
Mm.
I would love to see if Potter will expose the height advantage.
Well, we'll get to that in the later portion of today's show. So from two coaches who found their way, who find their ground, we have a coach who's out. Fulham has and basically ended Gerrard's career at Villa. Tyrone
No,
Mings,
Aston Villa.
sorry,
Aston Villa has ended. Yeah.
right, sorry, my bad, thank you. Right, so Aston Villa is gone. Fulham, Mitrovic, make sure of it, and Mings, the same guy he publicly was against the own goal and has gone. So where now two things now. One, do you think Aston Villa was wrong? I would say for getting rid of him, and two, where do they go from here going forward? Because
Well,
it's still to pick
the
up
answer,
anything significant.
to answer number two, they go to Steve Bruce. And when they go to Steve Bruce, there's a manager that will guarantee to stay in the league. That's his job, right? So Aston Villa take 5 steps backwards. You ain't bring in a coach that will play good football. You bring in a coach that will help your defense not leak as they're leaking right now.
Mhm.
It will be helpful for Tyrone Mings in the sense that Steve Bruce was a very good player defensively, and he worked hard and fast, especially with the defensive team. You look at Hull, you look at West Brom, Newcastle, the teams that he used to coach before. So Villa take the route whereas we want to stay in the Premier League. We want to make sure that money involved. We are attacking track. Let me league that defense, and they choose the cheapest option, Steve Bruce, right, to replace Gerrard. The problem with Gerrard is Gerrard. Hopefully Southgate take a picture from this. He have too much of faith in dead horses. Dead horses meaning Tyrone Mings.
Yeah.
Tyrone Mings is a championship centre back.
Oh,
He
wow.
don't need to start for England and he don't need to start for Aston Villa.
Wow.
There's a youth man who United have on loan across there who has done a better job when Tyrone Mings was injured. Villa had like 3 clean sheets when Tyrone Mings was injured.
Mhm.
And because it's Tyrone Mings, English superstar, I
Well,
would say.
I mean,
We cannot decide to
we
jump.
can't put all we can't put all on just one guy. I mean,
But
we
he's
the
the guy
former
that costs them. He's scoring own goals, he's making the silly mistakes, and he's not being dropped.
yeah, but on the
So
other side, the forward, the offensive side of the game, you have Douglas Luiz, you have Philip Coutinho, you have Leon Bailey. You would expect that these guys would extract the most of their talents, um,
and
and
score goals.
and at least have Villa not lounge where they are right now.
Well, all right. It come like this. We playing football and we playing one man shot. Every
Mm.
time every time Tyrone Mings play for Villa, they're one man shot. In the essence that every time they try to attack, he keeps shooting them in the foot. In the sense that he'll give the ball away easily. He's scoring the own goals. The little schoolboy are talking about things you're supposed to know as a youth man growing up playing football.
So the
The
basic
technical
football,
abilities. He
he's
lacks
lacking
that.
the basic.
He
Well, I mean,
lacks the basic. Yes.
well, and then again on the other side with the team now, the other team they feel we can't take anything away from Mitrovic. The guy is just proving everyone's wrong. He has like 6 goals already for the season.
He fine
So
like wine, you know. He fine like wine. He been to the Premier League before. He got bullied. He learned his lessons. He went down in the championship. He proved his worth in the championship, and he come up and he means business. He's scoring the goals and he's carrying on Fulham, and I love that about him.
So
One of my
if you were Aston Villa or even the team will take about after Leicester, would you be looking at Mitrovic as a replacement for up front? Because I mean, you're not getting the goals from the guys you have there now, so you might as well take
the
a
thing is,
double.
do Aston Villa have enough money to buy him away from Fulham? If
Well,
a top 6 side come knocking, well, yeah, he will go. But to leave from Fulham, who, to me, I feel Fulham could play Europa Conference League football, right? With the form there, they have a team that built towards Mitrovic. In a sense, you have fighters, you have warriors, you have a lot of players who have been outcast for certain teams. Like, for example, the youth man that left United over the summer for £10 million. They signed him. Homeboy is assisting, he's scoring, he's doing everything. Right? He's doing everything right now. Pereira.
Well, maybe their ceilings are mid-table teams in the Prem and the big teams in the Championship, as you explained just now with Mings. You know, so and I don't think it's an issue for Villa to get the money. I mean, they got money from the Grealish sale and they got money when City won the Premier League from the said Grealish sale. So I think it's a matter of money, is a matter of mismanagement, and Gerrard so wanting to come back in the Prem to get the Liverpool job at leaving Rangers so premature, thinking that like maybe he found a method to the madness. I mean, you only have 2 points. 9 points, 2 wins.
I think Rangers might hire him back because they and all went in that slump after he leave. Mind you, Celtic was walking over that league until Gerrard came in. He win the league undefeated, you know, and he come back. And I'm like, when he came in with a bang. But injuries also played a part for him also. Some of his best players, like the left back, Digne was injured. Cash was out for a while, so he had to do some makeshift, and it didn't really work for him, unfortunately.
So was it so given all these things here, was it unfair? Is it unfair to say? No, my opinion would be it's unfair to sack Gerrard. I mean, you didn't bring him there to beat Manchester City. You brought him there to remain. So I think that the fact that he's also been plagued with the injuries is not really his fault. I know, but giving him some extra time.
But a win percentage of what, 25 or 30%? Come on.
Yeah, but there's not to say that they are in the relegation zone. Granted, yes, they're just hovering above it, literally hovering above it. But it's not to say that they're down in there scrapping with the Nottingham Forest and the Leicester City and the Wolves.
Villa have a lot to lose because the amount of money they spend, as you rightfully say, they spend bad money. They splurge money all over on players that don't suit their system. If they still go down right now, they'll end up in chaos.
Well, it ended up back to the situation they were in before they came back up in the Prem, where it was just spending like wow. Well, apparently Rangers have a bad luck when coaches leave them and come England, because Brendan Rodgers right now at Leicester, although they pick up that win, much needed win by the way against Leeds.
That was a good win though.
It was much needed, and I'm surprised that he is still at the club.
He's $25 million man, you know. We talked about him last week. He's the $25 million man. If you sack him, it's $25 million.
So
you think plenty money, you know?
So you think that that's what they're looking at, like the cost to fire him is it outweighs.
They're looking at that. They want him to leave on his own accord, and that will never happen. He just signed a brand new deal, 5 years.
I don't think anybody will be foolish enough to walk away from that. But fireman payment, give him a visa. I'm not going anyway. But
Yeah.
we have to look at it as on the other side. I mean, like this is your career, and you. While yes, we have to look at funds and we have to look after ourselves money wise. I mean, this does not look good. Granted, the ownership did not do the right things to replace key players and injuries
But
again.
that alone, you see, he will always get a job, you know.
Mm,
His experience, he worked with some of the best. He worked with both Mourinho, he worked with Pep, and someone else, I think Van Gaal worked with. These three
mm.
coaches. These are three powerful coaches in the world of football.
And
And he
he
learned
was
a
at
lot from
Chelsea. He was at Chelsea
Rodgers.
as in
Yeah,
management.
he worked a lot with these guys and he gained a lot of experience. He won it with Celtic. Same thing what Gerrard did. He went and he do such.
Mm.
Nearly got Liverpool over the line. But he'll get a job. It'll be easier for him to get a job. Gerrard
So
is kind
what
of
would be
unfortunate.
what would be Leicester's situation? I mean, let's say you pay the 25 million, say, you know what, let's get rid of him and start. I had maybe Pochettino you could look at because Poch is on the or Poch is there. Tuchel has been approached by some clubs already. So these clubs have money. It's not a matter of money. I think it's a matter of what to do next. What is the next step?
And that is the problem. That is where the head of the
No, but
football
there,
director comes in. That's
no, but
his
there,
job.
no, but there. I think the guy who did the scouting with them, he came from Everton or he went Everton, something like that.
Yeah,
But
he leave
they,
and he went Everton.
right. So it is it again. This is a matter of the coach being the easiest conduit that all the hate and all the all the animosity could go to. He's the easiest guy to replace. But in a situation like this here, they got Schmeichel went for what
Money a million.
$1 million to France in France. Um, you have Fofana who went to Chelsea, but you got some money for him.
And they
But
didn't replace them.
so
They didn't replace them. So you
if I'm
can't
not
blame
mis-
Rodgers for
and if I'm
such.
mis-
They didn't
and
invest.
if I'm not mistaken, NDD is supposed to go Arsenal next summer. I think they're still looking at him. Is NDD who's Arsenal's looking at?
No.
No, but I know he's
I know
earmarked to leave.
United was looking at him. Chelsea, but
I know he's earmarked to leave as well too.
he's about 29 years old. Come on. You
So what you
preaching
gonna
on
do?
philosophy, man.
So if you were Leicester's owner, what you gonna do now? Working at the table, looking at the standards right now. You have 8 points, 2 wins, 11 games into the season. What you gonna do?
Right.
You're
I
19th.
will leave him. The reason I will leave him, I will leave him and back him in January. The reason I'll back him in January, you'll be able to get players that you wanted in the summer for
Mhm.
less money because their contract running out. Yeah, you Telemans who won 6 months remaining in his contract. That's the person who Arsenal was looking at.
All right.
You have Ndidi who's also on his final year contract, right? You have Sumari also on a year and a half. So they need to address these situations, bring in players that you know definitely that would tailor made to Brendan Rodgers' philosophy. You don't already have him for 25 for 5 years already. Like 25 million guaranteed. If all that tight for money, bring in free agents. Bring in free agents and start selling accordingly. And that will help all the team come back in. And it's not really for Leicester owner, it's for the
Mhm.
football director. The person who he hired, meaning the football director, to run the team. Because you have to run the team. You can't expect the manager to do everything and you're not backing him. You ain't
Well,
give him players, you ain't give him thing, you give him players and then injuries and all play a major hurdle.
yeah,
The
I mean
midfielders are playing defense for them.
injuries aside, which is understandable. They have been doing extremely well for themselves. Then they won the Community Shield recently. They
Yeah,
have
yeah,
won the FA Cup
and the league.
last season,
2 seasons ago.
and then they won the league 6 years ago. So
Yeah.
so things were doing good. And right, so the guy who did the scouting and who got Kante, he left. He's gone to Everton. He's doing his job over at Everton. Lampard's job is safe. Lampard don't have to worry about nothing. So when you have all these factors here
hmm
going against you, the only person to look at is better we get rid of Rodgers. But
Nah,
as I say,
remember to
how does he have a job still? Why is he still there? Despite
but
everything, and any other coach
I
is
don't know.
gone.
I remember the owner of the club, he passed away. And the club
Right.
has been passed on to his son. So
Right.
his son is now in charge of the football club.
Mm-hmm.
The owner or the previous owner, deceased, he was fully invested in Leicester.
Mm.
He used to buy the players, spend, splash the cash. But since his son took over, all he just seen is players getting sold and the money getting taken up. We don't know if it's a financial problem. We don't know. We
I
don't know.
mean, it was touted up until the last 2 seasons, Leicester making it a big 7 in the Prem. So they
Yeah,
were up there. They were up there. So a dramatic drop like this has to be, as you rightly said, has to be something behind the scenes that we the fans don't have the privy to see.
agreed.
And I think the best thing for Leicester to do is not fight to stay up in the Premier League. Go down to the Championship, play football, go down to the Championship, and build yourself and come back up. Because yeah, this I know the wage bill and the players and thing, but staying up here is going to be embarrassing. Every year scrapping to stay up in the Prem. Every year you have to go through that heartache. Let's do like Norwich and Fulham and them. Just go down, come back up. Yeah, injection of cash and
It's
you
costly,
know,
you know. It's costly.
yeah. Now, it's funny that to talk about owners, right? Because it has something that started to develop over the years. You know, the whole thing with American and soccer and it's this and it's that. Um, Now you're seeing more. It have like what 8 clubs in the EPL who have American owners. That as well. The famously tight pocket Cronkite for Arsenal. You have Chelsea, you have Crystal Palace, you have Fulham, Leeds United, Liverpool, Manchester United, West Ham, soon to be Bournemouth. So then we have Jesse March, who's doing a wonderful job at Leeds, who has been a rising star in the coaching world. So
Love them in Germany.
so
Love
is
them
it
as a
that
coach in Germany. I'm happy he's in Premier League.
and he is actually doing a it's not to say he just get there because of his name, he's actually doing a good job. So the question now is this now we seeing where it is that football is finally breaking into the American market as we're seeing more persons visible on the field, not just persons who just own the club. Because yeah, there'll be owners, but you're seeing like
The
um
players and the
the
coaches.
the players, the coaches, the Tyler Adams, Brendan Aronson, so these guys are not just don't just buy for diversity. Like I will always say, Pulisic, in my mind, as a Chelsea fan, he had good times, but he's gone. But we have American owners now, so he would stay there. So he's not just a showpiece.
Yeah.
Where do you see that the football going now with the owners and now as now American, the football getting more Americanized, as you would say.
Well,
We
while I seen it going into the American market for the past 3 years, you
mhm.
realize there are tournaments now this summer. Well, next
Yes,
year summer coming,
yes, yeah,
they're going to have a top six fight up a league something in preseason. So everything is kind of across to America, and if you realize a lot of American sports are coming across to London, which is
yeah.
good. The exposure, you see American football taking place
Mhm. The Spurs Stadium recently.
Spurs Stadium, Emirates
Mhm.
Stadium, Wembley, and this kind of stuff, which is good. The exposure is good, right? And it's lovely to see that CONCACAF being represented on, to me, the best league in the world
And
because
with
Jesse March is from the USA,
yeah,
right? You have good players. You have Christian Pulisic. He won the Champions League, the Europa League, he won everything with Chelsea, right?
and then
And
he won the
he inspire a lot of young Americans and
mhm.
young Caribbean personnel, especially from CONCACAF. The one they had a dream probably represent
Caribbean, really Caribbean. We already are York. We don't need him. We don't need him. We don't need him.
young, you want to say young Caribbean personnel to come and play in the Premier League. And that's what everybody do. Because in Jamaica, you could also see it. Yeah, Ivan Tony, yeah, Sterling, who's also Jamaican born. Yeah,
Yeah,
Sancho also, Trinidadian.
you have Antonio.
Yes,
You have all these
Antonio,
guys.
yeah, you have good players. Henry, you have good players representing CONCACAF, and that is very good. Hopefully it will kind of like inspire the guys to, on the
No,
grassroots level to raise the bar.
no, no. There's a big pushback to American investment in the sport, not
Mm-hmm.
the coaches and players. Because the next World Cup is in America, 2026. So there's a big pushback, and the reason that have a pushback, where I could understand, but it's coming though, is the how the sport how the sports are played within America, not football, like how all their sports are played in America. So the fear is that sooner or later it's going to reach that point where we have the shot clock, which I tell myself I'm still believing it's going to come in football. 1 minute shot clock. Um, and there was some speak about breaking the game up into quarters that was floated around. And you have your former coach Arsene Wenger speaking about the fact that it's time to do these things. Even Florentino Perez was speaking about the game has to be shorter because the younger generations, their expansion, their mental. Oh God, why this thing skipping my boy? The mental span, the attention span is short. So
Mm-hmm.
the fear is there. The fear is there. But I don't think that is gonna happen though. We're gonna have some changes in the game coming soon though.
I
It's-
accept all the changes, and Arsene Wenger is a man. He's a person that I always respect and love as a father.
So anything
Literally,
he's so
when it
anything he
comes
says
to
you're gonna
football,
take,
so anything he does for football, I
you're
will.
gonna take it.
I'm going to support him, especially with the fact that if a referee make a mistake, the referee had an answer to the mistake he make right
Oh,
after the game. That's putting the referee on the spot, and I love it.
that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Why
He
why
said,
would
"Well,
why
he
why
said it will happen.
why
He's actually the person talking to FIFA.
yeah, but
He has
that's
that portfolio to make that happen."
that's the same guy who wants to have the World Cup every 2 years.
Yeah,
And you
I
you
do.
agree with that?
I agree with that. Instead of
Wow.
4 years, come on.
Wow. That was me that but that's what makes the World Cup what it is. Every four
Olympics
years,
too.
you're waiting for this one event. You're waiting for this one event. The last time I watched the World Cup, I didn't have a daughter. I didn't have that what make this game so spectacular. That's what makes the game so spectacular. The last time Brazil won, I was in Form 2. And you make a trace in chapters you could block off here, boy. This happened this year. And why would you want to have the World Cup every 2 years? What is the what it takes away the element from it? What's so special about it?
The
Nothing.
World Cup, when you're representing a country
But every two
and they
years,
hear that national anthem going,
every
the whole
two
world
years,
listen to it.
gosh, my goodness, every 2 years. And these are the same people who want to expand the World Cup to more teams, which I understand. I have no problem with that. They want to expand it. But then the
Yeah.
group phasing is that so complicated? Just put it things simple. You win your continental trophy, you're automatically qualified. If you win it, the World Cup and a continental trophy, who played in the finals, they would get a spot instead of you. And continue. Because I mean, why would you have the World Cup? Why would you want to change something that drastic in the World Cup set? 2 years.
They,
Every 2 years.
they didn't start it yet. Oh,
The-
we were complaining about it just like we were complaining about the Super League. And in the next 2 years, the Super League coming back.
no, I have no issue with the Super League. I am for the Super League.
You
It's
see,
just
I'm for the
remember we
Super League also.
okay, but remember we spoke about it, the manner in which they do it, they did it, they want to do it at the point in time, want to do it was horrible. You can't have a locked in. This is not America. Where the sports locked in these 20 can't come. No. Leave room for relegation and promotion. That's okay. That's no problem. But you upset me with that you're agreeing with that 2 years World Cup thing, but I did not know that you want a solidly World Cup like that. You,
I
you
want
have
Trinidad to be able to be represented in the World Cup again. I'd rather wait about 50 years again till it
that's what
happens.
and that's what make it special. Last time Canada was in the World Cup was 1986. 86, yeah, 1986.
86. Yeah,
Look how
86.
long ago that was. That was 36. I wasn't even born as yet. This is the first time I'm gonna see these guys play in the World Cup. That's what make it so special. Every 4 years, you get to see teams and you hear about players you never heard before, and you just the World Cup is the greatest thing spectacle in the world. I saw a video today speaking about what's better, the World Cup or the Super Bowl. And I was like, this is not even a argument. Why are we
But
trying to do this? Why? But anyway, we get sidetracked because of this American ownership. But is they have taken over into AC Milan have majority owners right now with Drake and
mhm.
LeBron James. So we would definitely see more of it. I mean, your owner is one of the best owners in football, and I think that he should keep Arsenal forever and ever. And as we're on the topic of Arsenal, I will give you the pleasure to gloat right now.
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't need to gloat.
So
My
this, so the,
rivals, my rivals has gloat more than I gloat. I'd just be real humble.
so
Ever
the, the,
since.
the big question I have for you is this Arsenal's year?
This year, 2022?
Is this
It looks,
season Arsenal season?
oh, this season.
Yeah, let me get technical
This
with
is
you.
the season. This is the season that Arsenal trying to go in and do their best to end up in the top four to qualify
Hmm.
for Champions League. This is the season for that. Anything else, I'll happily accept such humbly.
What was it? What was the last year you all was in Champions League?
About 6 years ago.
6 years ago. All right, cool, no problem. So,
So don't say it's a step in the right direction for us to finish in the top four.
so you're
And I
trying to.
always say
Mm.
this year is City title to throw it.
So, but you all are 4 points clear of City. You're four
All
points
right.
clear of City.
I don't want to be like certain fans. I see I've won the jersey. When Ole was winning the league in December and then Ole scraped through to finish top four. I won top four, and that was the main goal before. We have a
Okay,
sight to finish for top four.
fair enough. Okay, no problem. I would allow the slight dig at Chelsea to go away. You're enjoying yourself, no problem. So I was speaking to Robert before the show started, and we were discussing that I would have the World Cup in the middle of the Premier League. The team who gets up and running after the World Cup, more likely going to be the team to win the Premier League.
Agreed.
Given,
I agree
given
with
that
you.
this week was supposed to be Arsenal versus Man City, and let's say you all had won that game. So but they didn't play. So right, let me figure that. So let's say Arsenal picks up momentum first after the World Cup. You're still gonna not gloat. You're gonna wait until
I've never glued in my entire life based
wow.
on such.
You had to be the humblest Arsenal fan I've met in my life.
I am.
I don't know if you're faking it for the people and them who watching you.
I'm Arsenal true and true. Watch my wallet.
That is the last time I
Arsenal
was in
true and
Champions
true.
League or something. You, I feel you're faking this, for the
Nah, I don't have a
people
fake.
and
Trust me.
I feel you're faking this, but all right,
From
no
ever since,
problem.
from ever since you know me, Dr. Zeus, you know me to be a very humble fan, and I will tell you it straight. If my side is not doing well, they're not doing well. If they're doing all right, they're doing all right. And so far, we're doing all right to try and maintain that top four place.
So
Because as many of
hmm,
my Man U fans and Chelsea fans and other counterparts have said before, they claim that we don't have the squad depth to cope with winning the league. And I agree with them. That's why I keep on saying Arsenal are the squad built for top four. If my owner, the one you now say you wish you're glad he owns us, decide to open up his checkbook and say, well, January, please God, we could probably get the midfield and the
hmm.
attacking threat you need to add that depth. I'll be grateful for such. At least I'll know, okay, top four. Finally, I'll be hearing the Champions League anthem in my household. I haven't heard it for 6 years. That is all I want. The Champions League song at the end of the summer
Oh my
to
god.
sing from September.
So even given the fact that you all are on top of the league, given the
Yeah,
fact that you all are 4 points clear of Man City, you're on
right.
27 points. Given the fact that you all only lost one game, you only draw, You only lost one game. And today is the 21st of October. It's still not even a mustard seed size thought that maybe this year is the year. The only thing that's in your brain is top four.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, my manager and all said it today when they asked him. He said no. He said our main focus is to finish in a Champions League position because even all our rivals laughed at us last year. How much points you was? 8 points clear at top four, right?
Mm.
And we come and we let it slip out our hands. We had Amazon made videos of us. Everybody laugh at the Amazon Arsenal all or nothing. We have an Amazon video this year also. We
Oh
have
my.
we have to finish that top four, and the guys and them, they're young. They'll know what it's like to be disappointed on the biggest stage, and plus had our video to remember how they slipped. So that is motivation and incentive to finish the top four this season.
Well, you said there that the youngsters and they have the motivation and whatnot. I know you're aware of what Young stated about Arteta not able to coach experienced or older or mature players in the game. I don't know if you discussed it last week. I
I,
don't think
did,
it
I didn't
came up.
discuss that. The question didn't bring up, they didn't
So
pose that question to me. But
so
my answer is this.
what's your take on that?
My take is this, right? We are professional, be a professional. right? You sign up. Let me just say you sign up to an 8 to 4 job. You be there 8 to 4. Don't question anything. If your life is at risk, you question. That is my take on it. You can't sign up to be a footballer and then you take sick. Your ball is sick, but you went to do a tattoo and you put it on Instagram. Come on. You're not a professional. And if youngsters seeing you as the adult, as the captain, the big man in charge, with that disrespect, and I don't read it out now, you know what will happen? I'll end up in the Manchester United conundrum right now what they're going through with Ronaldo. So I need to stop. I needed was to stop it.
Don't do
Get
that.
rid of him from to decide Pisasi. And if you can see right now, Arsenal are playing as a team, as one unit. We will do that about Aubameyang on the 6th of November. You will hear all we had to say.
I definitely hope I am on this program after that game. You know.
That's not a problem.
We're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to win.
I'm happy that you feel so.
So, so while I understand what you say with Aubameyang, yes, he has that discipline problem. He had it at Dortmund. He had it at Arsenal, but he didn't show any signs of it for the short stint he had at Barcelona.
And I know you was going to say that, right? And my response to that: why did Barca put a clause in his contract that clearly stated any nonsense like this, your contract will be terminated with immediate effect? Why?
Well, maybe just need that reeling in, and Liverpool had
Chelsea problem, not ours anymore.
And Liverpool had a similar, Barcelona had a similar clause for Suarez when he was biting people. So I mean, is Barca have a problem with that? When the players go by them, so far he has no issue by us.
Well, that was his Chelsea problem, not ours. He ain't showing it yet.
Well, he came to work with Tuchel, he came to work with Tuchel. But since the season has started, ever since you all won your 5th game, I was saying, boy, this year we have to look at Arsenal. People were telling me, boy, Arsenal the top, whatever. I am still believe that they would at some point stumble, but the second place team, as I was telling Robert, excuse me, is what the issue is that I think Arsenal will win the league. This is the most I have seen in my recollection at the moment. City conceding. They are conceding. It's not like them. It's uncharacteristic of them. They got Haaland, but they exposed at the back. So we were talking about. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that excuse. You know what?
I am defending the champions of England. The defending champions of England.
That's not a good excuse. You know why it's not a good excuse?
Because they're forcing the back's injured. And they're playing midfielders in the back.
Okay, and when he was playing midfielders in the back and right back as left back, everybody was praising him when men were fit. When Ake was fit on the bench and Stones was eating bench, he was doing the same thing and people were praising him. Now all of a sudden, is that issue? Come on, man.
Well, Pep probably is the problem. He probably overanalyze and overthink stuff.
He always does that. He always does that.
He probably need that at next time. I heard a Manchester fan say it. I just repeated what I was.
Oh my God. You must take it that boy. But I don't want to hear the excuse about injuries because everybody deals with it. Chelsea going through it. We don't
right now we're going through the same thing.
You understand? So that is not an issue. But it's just so, again, Robert and I was speaking before, and I was saying that right now City looking like Liverpool when Klopp now came in. They're scoring, but they're conceding as well. So they're very vulnerable, and they're playing Brighton tomorrow, and I feel Brighton could put an upset here. They could throw a spanner in the wheel.
We talk about Brighton last game.
That's my opinion.
What I say is Brighton is under a psychological cloud. It's blocking them right now. Listen why. Remember when Aaron Ramsey broke his leg and Arsenal was flying in 2008?
Yeah.
Well, right now, it's not Ramsey broke his leg. A player that's very integral to their midfield. Mpupu, whatever his name is. He get with a heart disease and he has to stop playing football.
Yes, he had
to retire. Since that happened, Brighton has drastically declined. And I think they all probably need to see a shrink because they're not playing as hard as they used to. Because I don't know if it's a fear factor. knowing that somebody who physically fit, all of a sudden the doctors tell him he can't play again. That plays a major role in any sport.
I don't think it was a matter of them sorry fitness side. I look at it as the other side, like they were so close as a unit that
Right.
this person who's not here with me day in, day out, he he's one of the pieces that created this card, this foundation, and he's not there. So we don't know how to, go forward.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and I think that they should play. And these are the things I would say that they will play heart and soul for him. That to do better for him. And,
probably they need to regroup. Probably they need to get. Well, hopefully January they restructure and bring in the players that this new coach thing, because he has a philosophy just like Potter, and he has more experience. So he's using what he has at his disposal at this point in time, right?
Yeah.
Where Potter might have tinker, and bring people together. They have no Potter, they have no coach, they have no scout, they have no nothing. Thanks to all you. When I take everything away from them, so they're back to the beginning again. So they will rebuild, and I expect them to stay in the Premier League.
Yeah, they definitely would stay. Brighton, I mean, since every time I'm on this program, I always say same thing. Brighton under Potter was a wonderful thing to watch at right now. At Chelsea, I mean, come on, it's Chelsea. So, it's just looking good too. So I mean, Potter again. I will always say Potter is a very, very good coach. I saw him going at Manchester United. I never would have think he would
I
end
saw
up
him
at
at Tottenham. I saw him at Tottenham.
You saw
No,
him at
literally, because Tottenham have a lot of wing backs,
Mhm.
and the system he plays with wing backs, everything, and they're coming inside, just like how Conte plays. He does that. So I'd say he would have been a good coach for Tottenham. But when I see Chelsea take him, I was like, Chelsea 3 steps forward, 5 steps back to
Wow.
rebuild. Something good.
Every statement you say so far about disrespect to Chelsea, isn't it?
No, I have said I have one blue support in Chelsea tomorrow. That wasn't disrespectful.
Well, with regards to tomorrow, and well, the game week started over. So tomorrow we have the first game is Nottingham Forest Liverpool. I am deeply disappointed in Nottingham Forest. I am deeply disappointed. I'm
Why?
disappointed in the fact that they bought two teams and they dead last.
It happens. They didn't learn from Aston Villa. They didn't learn from Fulham. They didn't learn from Norwich. But I still feel they have the fight in that team to qualify to stay in the league. You know why? Cooper is because watch man, when everybody goes out for the World Cup, the main stars and things, they have psychological problems coming back. Because we know if what happened for the Euros happened middle of the season, United going through, Chelsea going through, Arsenal may go through, but it's up to the Brazilians to pick them up, right? And City and all will go through because everybody, the English players, the mental kind of not that strong now.
So you think
Nottingham Forest, the whole two teams will be together as one for a whole month. You are a gel, you are a train, they'll be fit, they'll be going to Dubai. Them things unplanned. So I expect them because the owner, he loves football. I love their owner. He loves football. If you say buy this player, he'll buy it. And he have a seat right in the middle of the fan.
Yeah,
owners just stay away.
Up in the boot and thing. No, he's
in
the
middle of the fan. And I love that about
him. I just love though when you see those kind of things. It does really make you. It does really make you feel like as a fan of the club, you say like, yeah, boy, my owner down here, boy. So yeah, even if we lost, we still,
and they buy good players. Konute,
they got Lingard. They got
Lingard, that is striker from who went down with Watford, and he just purchased the other day.
This is why I'm saying I'm disappointed in Nottingham Forest. When I saw that they were coming back up, I was excited because they were a staple in the Prem. They were there. They were there from the inception. From the inception of the Premier League, Nottingham Forest was there. So I was excited, like, yeah, boy, Nottingham Forest back up in here, Leeds here too. All the boys back inside. Things, and I just like it was just exciting to see them back in it. And it hurts me that they're down here right now. I mean, at least they could tell City fans, champions of Europe, you'll never sing that. I mean, they could tell her that
Yes,
too. They could tell her that
yes.
too.
I
So,
love that. I
you know,
love that.
and that's why I don't want to see them go down, but they have, it's like they got, when like say, like you get back pay first time, you're wild, you spend out
I never,
everything.
I never got back pay yet in my life, so I wouldn't know what it's like. But you do tell me. You educate me now. You educate me now.
Well, that's exactly what happened. You get wild, and you spend. And then after that, no, look where they are. And I honestly hope they pull
How
out
much
Everton.
points they on?
They right now, but they're only bottom of the table. They're on 8 points right now. Sorry, 6 points right now. One win. They have
No,
one
they
win.
win two games.
They have one win.
Only one. I think
They
they
have
win two games. They beat West Ham. I watched them beat West Ham 1-0.
they
I
have
laugh
one
at
win.
that game because they play all over West Ham.
I'm watching league table right now. They have
Wow,
one
only
win.
one, right?
That's what
Draws. They
kills
had a lot
me.
of draws.
Yeah, they have no, they have three draws. They have
The
three
three draws
draws.
what they drew, they supposed to win those games, but the problem is finishing by.
Boy. Well, after them, well, we have some big ones. We have Everton Crystal Palace, which is a nice game. That's
Hopefully Zaha continue that rich goal scoring form.
yeah, and he's a guy that I'll always say that clubs then never took the chance on him, and I think someone should have taken the chance on him way back after United. Someone should have taken that chance and say, come by us and play. He is a very good player still at this point in time. And coming up against Calvin Lewis, um, oh gosh, Everton's striker now. Oh gosh,
He
Dominic.
injured.
No, he came back. He scored in the last this week on here. He came back here.
No, he didn't play. Everton played Newcastle
Right. He
and they
didn't.
lose 1-0.
So what I thinking about, boy? What I
Calvin Lewin
thinking
is still
about,
injured.
boy?
He is injured very bad. He has
So
a
what
groin injury, a
what it
chronic
is I
groin
was
injury.
watching, but I thought he came back, Well, all
Nah,
right.
he's still
Well,
injured.
Everton Crystal Palace is a nice game. That's 10 o'clock. Well, Brighton City.
Mm-hmm.
And well, the big one,
I
Chelsea
expect
United.
with the Brighton City, I expect Haaland to score a hat trick.
Oh God, no, he's not going to score.
And because you see that blank, he went blank. He has the Ibrahimovic kind of feeling, I mess up, time to come back. He has that
Well,
ultra ego, and I like that
but
about him.
I don't see him scoring a hat trick. He will score one. No, no. City gonna lose the game though.
I know
City
that's
gonna
your
lose.
dream, but
City
okay, no
gonna
problem.
No, if City lose and Arsenal wins their game, I want to see a humble face now. I want to see a humble face now. You're like that, yeah, but that's
No,
okay.
but top four.
And then we have the big one. I think that's the biggest game for the month. This Liverpool City wasn't big as this. Chelsea Manchester United. I think this is the biggest game for the month of October. Um,
United just play on the counter though.
I
Chelsea
don't I
need to
don't
be ready.
I don't I don't I don't think they're gonna wait for us. They're gonna come out flying. They don't they don't need to. They have the players to bring the game at us. I mean, if they start Casemiro in front of the defense, Ericsson, Bruno Fernandez, and maybe Fred in the midfield, S- Sancho, Marcus Rashford, and Anthony on top. Yeah, that's gonna be a very very nice team. I don't think that I don't think they're gonna wait for us. That is gonna be Chelsea gonna win though, but it's gonna be one of the typical 1-0 or 2-1 victories that we have seen so far in this thing. But United right now in the last few games they've been beating us. They've beaten us, I think, like 7-2 is the score. So I don't know how we gonna do this going forward with them. Then we have the Wolves, Leicester City. I mean, that's that last down in the dregs there. That's toward the that's 18th playing 19 tomorrow. I mean, that's
I want
Sunday's game.
Leicester to win that game. I really
You
want
want less?
Leicester to win that game.
That's Sunday's game. I don't think so. I don't think so. Wolves need the win too. Wolves need that win as well. And at the same time on Sunday we have Aston Villa versus Brentford. Dretford is definitely gonna continue that streak they're on right now. Sorry, not streak. That form they're in, because they definitely. I mean, they're tenth and they're on fire right now. They got that point from Chelsea when Chelsea played them during the week. Although they had a longer rest time than us, but we ain't gonna talk about that. We'll leave that as it be. Same time, we have Leeds United versus Fulham, which definitely going to be a cracker on Sunday. And
Yeah,
Southampton,
Leeds will come back very hard at them,
yeah,
especially because that loss they lose to Leicester, especially.
yeah.
They'll come. Hmm.
And then we have Southampton also taking on Arsenal. That game,
That's a very hard game for Arsenal, and
that's
that'll be very good because Southampton is a very good compact defensive unit.
mhm,
It'll be nice to see exactly how we play our way because that's a tricky game. Not many
yeah,
teams go to Southampton and actually leave with points now.
hmm, yep. And I think there's our next big game here, Tottenham Newcastle. I think that's a very nice game because Eddie
I
Howe again
expect
is
Newcastle to walk over them.
and Eddie Howe is doing a wonderful tenure right now at Newcastle. He really is holding on the mantle at Newcastle right now. I can't
Yes,
even.
yes, a very good job.
Yeah, I would always say I thought he would have gotten the axe immediately as soon as the owners took over Newcastle.
No, the 2 year break did him justice in the sense that he modeled himself and how he plays to watch how Atletico Madrid used to play under Simeone when he now take over.
Mm,
Newcastle plays similar to such.
mm. Well, I honestly hope that he remains there for years to come. Wrapping up match day 13 is on Monday, the 24th, West Ham versus Bournemouth. I think that is
I like how Bournemouth, after getting 9 from Liverpool, really humble and really settled into the Premier League. And
mm,
Solanke has proven to be a gem, especially for Bournemouth after he leave Liverpool.
mm.
Liverpool, like, they need him more than they need Darwin Nunes.
Well, the topic of with Darwin Nunes is that he has finally found himself in the EPL coming off. I mean, he played spectacular when Liverpool played West Ham. He did excellent. He had a shot where he took the ball, took it down on his chest, turned and fired, and off the upright, and it was a wonderful to see him, running. Jota is injured; he's out of the World Cup, and then Luis Diaz was injured, so everything was on him, and he proved it. He was up to the standard. Um,
I
Salah
think
was
West Ham was real unfortunate to throw in that penalty. I
yes.
think Rice should have taken that for Nales. That's just my
Mm,
honest opinion. But
mm.
in that one, Liverpool were away, they're lucky. Salah is still in a slump.
Yeah, he is, and I think the argument always pops up with Salah when something like this happens is he overrated, or is he just lucky to do any things that he does? I don't want to go much into with Salah, but I've heard people say that he is more important for Liverpool than Hazard was for Chelsea. I've seen people brought up that argument, and I just have to laugh at it because there's no way Mohamed Salah is more important for Liverpool than Hazard was ever for Chelsea. That,
So we just ignore the big elephant called Sadio Mane.
that's
That
what I
was
say. That's why I just shake my head when people make these statements. Like, well, let's see. There was a season, what season that was, but I can't remember off the top of my head. And has that's the season when is Coquelin, what's his name for Arsenal, when Hazard ran down the middle and he bonks off his spin, he got spitted, and Hazard ran down, with a little shimmy with the legs and slotted home, and Hazard has always been a different level by himself. If everybody injured and he's good, he's coming on, he's going to play. Salah does not have that fortitude. He does not have that mental to pull Liverpool by the scruff and go with them. Where was he in Champions League finals that they lost? Where was he? He's nowhere. He's nowhere to be found.
No, Hazard is a different level compared to Sadio Mane. Mane and Hazard. Him and Hazard. Yeah, Hazard is a
Salah.
different level to Salah
Yeah.
because Hazard in Chelsea is a total different player.
Yeah.
I watch Hazard as a youth man growing up in terms of in the French League.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he leave Lily and he come across the Yall, Arsenal just didn't want to pay the 3 million to the agent that we did what they end up with him. Again, Wenger playing cheap. Um, when he come back, I was like, gosh, boy, Chelsea gonna win the league and the Champions League.
But I
Just so I
mean,
say, I tell my partner, my personal partner who's a Chelsea fan, say, hey,
uh,
boy, the league and the Champions League. Yeah, what you mean? I say, well, like, yeah, fella called Eden Hazard, boy. I say, people only thinking the numbers we get from the season. Hazard is a brilliant player. See, nah, when he come, you're like, but you really know your football, but you really know what you're saying. I said, I tell you, he's a gem of a player. I would
yeah,
give Jack the jacket.
man. I mean, it's unfortunate he didn't get Champions League by us, but we got Europa, we
He
got
get
League,
Europa, yeah.
UFA. You know, in those 7 years he was by us, he was like third or fourth best player. In fact, even Mourinho said it. Once Hazard was training properly, he could have been easily best player in the world at that point in time. You know, and it just started to see where he is now. He still has the talent, but you know, the body does never hold up. And the argument right now that may be similar, like who's more important for the team, but it has been decided already is Haaland, Darwin Nunes. That who made the better buy? Is it City or is it Liverpool? But the type of coaches that these players play under would give them different. You would see different parts of their technical ability exposed. I mean, putting Darwin Nunes at Man City would, I sure he could have been doing similar figures to like what Haaland doing. Besides Haaland just being the beast of a player that he is. Besides that, that's a totally different topic to talk about with that and with him. I don't think that any team could have foreseen the unfortunate passing of Mino for people to slip in and take Hazard and take Haaland all the way to Man City.
Of course, but any player, I feel I don't know if I go and start up front for City, I will score goals because yeah, man, like De Bruyne and them fellas and them coming in from any angle, Foden, Bernardo Silva. And I was surprised to see that Liverpool beat them.
Well, I mean, it's the second time they've beaten them
No, well,
this,
I don't know if
this season.
Klopp has I don't know if Klopp has Pep number because every time he come up, Pep does overthink the situation, and you realize in this game, every game City play, City all over again ball. In this game, it was nullified.
Well,
Alexander Arnold, the road runner. I just call him the road runner because you just run. Headless chicken. You just run. I
well,
can't believe they didn't break him down.
is it time that we give Van Dijk some of the props, give him back some of the props that he got when he now came to Liverpool? Because I mean, the
It
second time
wasn't
he
Van Dyke.
stays
It
Haaland,
wasn't Van Dyke for Van Dyke. Thing. You gotta give that the jacket to Joe Gomez, boy.
Gomez. Yeah, well,
Gomez
yeah.
is the man. Gomez is the man what actually played his heart out. Without Gomez, they for Liverpool in the back.
Mm.
Liverpool might get about 7.
Well,
He
I mean,
actually he was the main man.
well,
He nullified Haaland.
well, the first time he played against them, Liverpool, Van Dijk was the guy. So maybe Klopp knows how to deal with Haaland. Maybe he knows the secret how to deal with Haaland and expects
Everybody,
everyone to see
Bournemouth,
it.
you could take a jacket. Bournemouth know what to do also. Haaland never
Yeah,
scored against Bournemouth and Liverpool.
yeah, but they give you're so over focused on Haaland, you let everybody else just go.
True,
That's
true.
that's that's the thing with it. And I think the best thing for teams to do who can do it, like the Spurs, maybe Arsenal, the Manchester United, although it didn't work, Chelsea, is you can't just focus on Haaland. You have to do like what Liverpool do. You want the ball, you keep the ball, brother man. We don't want the ball. We want the goal. You do all your shooting and all your
And the
passing.
money counter.
And that's it. I mean, look at it. The great Cancelo, who everybody rates up. I mean, everybody make mistakes.
This is the first mistake Cancelo has made in the past 4 years, since he
Doesn't
been at
matter.
City.
Doesn't matter.
This is the first mistake he made. Because I mean, you can actually pinpoint him. He make mistakes, but it's so blatant because his
And
attacking skills make up for the nonsense.
and,
He
and
makes
so you would do Salah just 1.5 turn and he just leaves you there. Just one turn. And
even
that's
if
it.
he did go to clatter Salah was you know them people and them what get freedom. What them dogs and them come out the yard, them cottons and them. As you open the yard, they go on running. Them
Going-
baby dog, them little puppies.
and that's why I say I don't want to hear the excuse from any City fan or any Pep defender that they have injuries. I don't care. They will when he was using defenders as makeshift center backs and full backs. Everybody's like, "Oh, Pep is a visionary." You know, he played this one as a right-footed left back. Everybody's like, "Yes, my goodness, very good." And the
I've told you time and time again, I do not rate Pep. Pep is a checkbook manager. I rate Mourinho highly over Pep. Any day.
and that's unfair. We have
Why?
to, in order to manage at that level that Pep is, and to deal with the players that they manage, you have to have a certain understanding of the game to make them believe into your philosophy of the game.
But he's a checkbook manager, won't you say that?
Lewis Hamilton could be argued that he's a checkbook driver. He's not going to drive a B15. He's not going to drive it. That's below him.
You really love Pep, boy. I don't know, boy.
Everybody who knows me know I am very much adamant that he could only manage team with money. I'm not saying no, but
Mourinho did that. Mourinho managed him without money and winner.
I'm not saying, but now the thing is, as I said, Mourinho has a life cycle 3 years at teams. Pep has the same cycle too with Barcelona and Bayern.
Klopp has the same cycle right now, 7 years.
Oh gosh, hey. But my thing with Pep is that everybody comes immediately and use the first phrase, you know, to have injuries to this one and to that one and to the other and to the other. And every time you mention that was not an issue before, why it should be used now is just that, well, men dong and the this and the that, and we don't care.
No, well, we just have to take in front. If we give you the excuse for it, when it happen again, you can't use that same excuse, you know?
You spend, look how much money you spend. Regardless, I don't even look at any net spend. I look at how much money you spend. Close to over $1 billion you spend.
Can't get Champions League.
And
if any other coach come there, I should have won the Champions League.
I am not even going to go down that no, because I know what I'm because I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But people have made the point that is that what we're judging him on, the Champions League only? I mean, the last Champions League was
you need to win the Champions League to be proven thing. You need to win it at Barcelona. Look, right. For example, as you leave Barcelona, the coach that take over win Champions League again.
I mean,
within a 2 year time.
And then with
Bayern
Bayern,
same thing. 2 years. No, not the very next year. Next 2 years. The same thing can happen to City. And right now, you have one of the best sides in the world that's not playing well. Defensively, they're not, as you clearly say, they conceded. And the type of goals they conceded too.
Yeah, very, very, very foolish goals. Very, very foolish goals.
Goals that they never used to concede. They conceded.
So, 2 things before we wrap up. One, you think that all this EPL show, let's focus on the EPL within the context of the 6 years at England in Man City. Would you say that he has proven himself to be one of the greats who passed through England, to pass through the EPL?
Yeah, I wouldn't say great. Yeah, because when you think about great, Kenny Dalglish, I didn't dream the same thing. Coach and stuff, he was a good coach. I saw a little history about it because I like to do my little history research. Arsene Wenger changed the whole philosophy of everything in England. How you train, how you think. He's a great. Sir Alex Ferguson, same thing. He's a great. He hasn't reached that stage yet.
Yeah, but what he has. Yeah, but see, he has won what 5 Premier League titles in his 6 years that he's been.
Yes, 5 Premier League, and he reached good status in terms of
So,
manager in the Premier
so
League.
that does not count for anything.
No,
Why?
with the
Five.
squad he has, listen, man, with the squad he has, and the amount of money he spent, right? Them buy that titles. People
No.
were telling them,
Wow.
they buy that titles.
Come on.
Any
Come
coach
on.
could go. Any coach could go into City right now with the same squad they have and win.
No.
Yes.
No. We will see that next season.
Listen why. Listen why.
We will see
Listen why.
next season.
Listen why. Pellegrini won it. Mancini won the league. Seven Goran Eriksson qualified for Champions League with a weaker squad. Got fired. But he said the foundation.
Yeah, but you can't use the argument that because the top teams who have the money recruited him and spending the money, that is the only reason that he's there. When you
only how he had to prove himself by winning the Champions League, and then we will talk to him concerning that.
I'm not talking about within Europe. I'm talking about in context of English Premier League.
He's not. I will not have him
conversation
as
for you.
I will. He's not one of my greats.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow. You're harsh,
He's not
boy.
one of my greats.
You're harsh, boy.
No,
You're
I'm being honest. He's not one of my greats, and that's my honest opinion. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but the man came and the first team to make 100 points. You know, the most consecutive wins.
You know Mourinho had 100 points.
Mourinho had 90.
When they won the league. They might tell you history. You're forgetting your history. Your Chelsea history. Mourinho get 100. Mourinho make 100 points with Chelsea.
No.
When they lose one game and they win the league.
That was not
one game alone all in that season.
That was not that was what 4 season. That was not no 100 points. That was no 100 points. That was 95 points. Chelsea won.
My bad.
That was 95 points.
My bad. My apologies. But still.
The man came and got 100 points. Most away wins, most home wins. I think they lost one game that year.
All right.
And even when the team was champions by March already, and they could have eased off, they went into immortality and got 100 points. It's argued that 100 points is harder to do than the Invincibles record.
That's what the argument is?
That's an argument that is out there in the football world. The Invincibles is not even the best Arsenal team, and that Invincible record versus the 100 points. What? No, obviously you would take the Invincible because Arsenal.
No, I was going to say what Thierry Henry said.
What's that?
If the Invincible team played that City team, they would have won 1-0. And they say why? Because of the age they are right now. I didn't see it. Henry said it.
Oh my gosh. So I wish we had another fan here for this, someone impartial. Because while I understand the Invincible record, I could honestly say is one of the best to go a whole season. But they had 12 draws.
All right.
In that season.
Nothing wrong with that.
Chelsea lost one game that first year with Mourinho. One game.
And they were arguing.
And that's
City lost one loss against Liverpool. This is really
they have 100 points. You know, right. 100 points.
You know, it's fair to have a gold trophy.
Oh my goodness. I'm not this. You're right. Okay, cool. Somebody, you know, you could win. You could get another invincible season. I think another invincible. They can.
It's fair there to be broken.
They can.
And that's fair.
Somebody can get another invincible season, but 100-point season in EPL will never happen again.
You sure about that?
It will never happen again. Never. That's like Chelsea's first season with Mourinho, 15 goals conceded. That will never be broken. I know that for sure will never be broken.
Nah.
That same season.
It comes close. That same season, Pep, I think Pep went how much? 17?
Nah, 17. I don't know. I know it's
I think some Liverpool or think concede 17.
Nobody doing that. The 100-point season, nobody doing that again. You can't get. The thing is, you could go invincible and not win the league.
It
So
happened. It happened in.
so
It
then
happened in Syria.
so then what you're telling me, like, for instance, Liverpool, when they lost the title by 1 point, they had 3 draws, 1 loss. So if that was against that 1 loss was against Leicester. No, West Ham. It was one of them. So if Liverpool had beaten them, let's say the draw, and they came second, isn't that not an invincible season?
Yeah, but we both know
What is it?
Liverpool.
Just now.
We both know. We
Just
both
now.
know.
Just now. That's an
Mhm.
invincible season, right?
Right. I would congratulate them the same way.
But
Job
I
well
say
done.
the trophy with it.
No, I telling you, I would have congratulate them. I say his records are there to be broken.
Mhm.
But you ask me my opinion based on Pep, and I tell you I do not rate Pep as a coach. I don't just have him down as the greatest. Why? Because he's a checkbook manager.
Wow,
Like just my opinion.
you call him a checkbook manager.
Of course, I need a left back, 60 million, Benjamin Mendy. I need a next left back, 25 million, Zinchenko. I need a next left back, 50 million, Danilo. I need a
So,
next right back.
so,
You end up
so,
pushing Cancelo and get them 75
so
million.
Max, a question, right? If you have a choice, no. Arsenal has a choice, no. Right, no. To go
Mhm.
unbeaten or to get 100 points, which one are you taking?
Unbeaten?
You don't have to win anything you're unbeaten.
No, listen to this. If I go unbeaten in all the competitions I'm in right now,
Mm.
at least I could probably talk to you. You have a Europa League championship, you know. I don't have one. You have two, you see? And I could talk to you a little. Remember, I'm a very humble guy. I can
Don't
talk
talk
to
to me
you.
too. Don't talk to me too hard. So I want to have this conversation. Sometime we'll have to have a sit down and I get some other people, and I want to discuss this point here: the 100 points versus the on the invincible. Now I had this discussion already in our group, and I said the going undefeated in a league is extremely hard. I mean, Chelsea won the Champions League, the least amount of goals conceded, and they won the Europa undefeated. Nobody talks about that.
So
Nobody's
that means 100 points. Yeah, they had at least win 33 to 34 points, 34
exactly.
games.
Exactly.
All right, nothing
That
wrong with
is
that.
that season. They had the most home wins, most away wins, most goals scored, most points
Come on, it
accumulated.
was City.
Come on,
Come on, it was City.
come on,
And then they
man.
choke. And then they choke in the Champions League.
Oh my God, we are talking about Champions League here.
No, I just tell you, they win the league. That was good. And then they choke in the Champions League.
And the last point before you go, you want to say anything to the viewers, listeners, and everybody who are rolling their eyes at you right now with these
I just
statements?
want to say, I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm proud. This weekend, stay tuned. We have some good games coming up. I pray Chelsea, quite some fans, some loud fans. I pray that the Chelsea fans they don't just get they should celebrate beating United and quite down the following weekend. Simple, please.
Tristan, I honestly, I don't know now, boy. I don't know now, boy. Like every time. And one of these days, one of the viewers and spectators of this program is gonna tell you here what we want to be taking bets. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you. Because you like to talk, everybody else team you like to bash. You're never saying something different about your team.
But
I
girl
done.
Chris,
I done.
but girl
Thank
Chris,
you for being on the show.
I still
That what I tell you are good. Leave me alone, please. Right. Thank you. So Tristan, again, thanks for being on the show as usual.
not a
You're the
problem,
biggest
bro.
Arsenal fan I know, which is very uncharacteristic of these Arsenal fans. Thanks for
They,
everyone.
they are humble, they're humble, they're more humble ones like me, right? Just say they're more humble
Oh
ones
my
like me.
goodness. Thanks everyone for tuning in. The president should be back on next week again.
Mhm.
But
Tuesday,
definitely,
hopefully,
yeah. Tuesday we
because
have
Monday is the
the
last game.
right, and then Tuesday as well. There would also be the fantasy football wrap up. Now I'm not in the fantasy, so as I will start and forget it. So everyone who getting the points this week, just put Kepa in your goal and Aubameyang on top. Guaranteed points, clean sheets, goals. You'll have a wonderful weekend. See you all next week. Wherever you're going, be safe, and yeah, good night.
Good night.
Yes, I.
Support the United Hour. Click that like button and subscribe.